I lied. I completely lied in the thumbnail and title. This is the worst adaptation I've ever seen. Even more, this is the worst movie I done ever watched. Made that boy Ice Cube look like an Oscar-worthy performance. Compared to this, he was out there putting on the performance of a lifetime. Yes, even the Travis Scott pose. But in all seriousness, this may just be the worst cartoon / anime adaptation I've ever seen. The acting, whack. The flow, whack. The action is pretty decent, I ain't gonna lie, but everything else, whack. But let me not even yap for too long and let's get straight to the, I can't even say peak, let's get straight to the cheeks. Okay, so the scene starts off and this is already some hot ass with Katara dropping a bunch of water on Sokka, or should I say Sokka. I don't even know what they were thinking with the names, acting like a substitute teacher trying to see the African kid's name. It just made no sense. And on top of that, Brody ain't even funny. I don't think he cracked a single joke the entire movie. Was over here standing like these the whole time trying to look mysterious. Whole time he looked like these in the back, got the same cut and everything. Body cam been off since 95, you might as well pack it up. But while they're hunting for food, they end up peeping a glowing light underneath them, and like any white people in a horror movie, they start breaking it to investigate, bringing out the boy trapped in the ice. Cold ass name, I ain't gonna lie. That boy Sokka over here talking about we do not care, acting like he ain't the reason the ice is out. Dog, this is your problem, bro. Gonna leave it for the next person to deal with. No! But Katara ends up breaking the ice, creating a glowing light, and we get a sneak peek of Zuko with hair. Bro got a fresh fade and everything. Cutting his hair into one of these was too much for the actor. Was gonna be walking around with the sky top of doom. Straight XXX, he couldn't do it. But Katara and Sokka pull up into the crater to see Aang, and the very first question she gon' ask is, what is your name? Really, nigga, how about and are you okay? Bro been stuck like Lil Mosey on stage after performing Blueberry Fago for the past 100 years, and you gonna ask what my name is? Fuck you. Peep his face, he even knew that was something stupid. But they take him back to the village. He wakes up and Katara's over here asking how the hell he got all the way out here, and with the biggest smile on his face, he says,
I ran away from home. I ran away from home. I ran away from home. I ran away from home.
This has to be the proudest I've ever seen someone talking about running away, acting like it's an Olympic sport. Even hit the English teacher cardigan fold. I know you effing lie. But he tells her what happened to him, and the dialogue in this is just so ass, it's insane. We're watching like these and she really has this creepy ass smile the whole time. Like, bro, why are you looking at me, man? But the Fire Nation then pulls up, raiding the place looking for him, and we get the first proper look at Zuko. Barber straight violating him, gave him 2 lineups. This is just sad. If you're gonna give him hair, at least make him clean. Barber was hitting one of these, paid no attention in the slightest. But he tells them to bring all their elderly. Got Granny over here in straight shock, was inside making TikToks and got dragged out by a guy with a ponytail helmet. I would be mad too. But one of the guards ends up finding him, bringing him to Zuko, and my brother, you did not need to be this rough with his head. Go give bro friction bumps on his head. Barber was already messing him up, had Brody hitting one of these. But Zuko tells him to come with him to the ship, and Brody really did this for no reason. No resistance in the slightest. This was pure love of the game. And the fact they can't create fire but have to have a source just dropped fire bending from the best to one of the weakest styles there is. They are absolutely useless in any situation where there isn't a convenient piece of fire in front of them. They just made them ass, I ain't gonna lie. I don't even know how they took over the world. These are straight frauds. But Aang leaves and Katara's over here trying to convince Sokka to come with her to save him.
What would you do if they tried taking me away?
I'd kill them all.
Get a load of this guy. But they find out Arbor can fly, and what is this design? Got my boy looking like the speed meme. Who is designing this? But we got to Aang linking up with Uncle Iroh and Zuko, and why is my dog Uncle Iroh locked up though? Hold on, they done made bro into a real nigga, and hey, I ain't mad at it, you alright, white boy. But they bring him a test to see if he's the Avatar, which he passes, and cause of this, he has now been taken prisoner. Got Brody hitting the slowest escape move I think I've ever seen. They just stood there and let bro Green time the move on them, like trying to guard a 7-2 on 2K. There was no point in contesting, but he gets out, peeping some guards next to him, and one thing I will say, they made the airbending look clean as hell in this. That boy walked up on them straight aura farming and absolutely cooked. But this just proves my point that the firebenders are useless. There is no source of fire here except from this little one behind them, so they are just now regular degular guys with swords going up against the Avatar. And I'm sorry to say it, but you're not that guy, pal. But Appa and the rest of the squad then pull up, and Aang jumps off the ship, flying up to them on his glider, with Katara and Sokka agreeing to come with Aang back to his village. Got that boy Zuko over here looking up to the sky in straight sadness. I fear the lights were too bright for him. This like guys after bagging a 10 out of 10, he has never made it this far before. But they make it back to Aang's crib, and we find out that Brody's name is Aang. Nigga, not even double A-N-G, it's spelled U-N-G. I really just don't know what they were thinking with this. It's like they didn't have the rights for the show, so they had to switch around some of the names to make it seem different. I feel like Flight React saying this, cause if not, I won't understand how you can get a name this wrong. Sokka I understand, cause I even used to get the name wrong sometimes, but Aang? But anywho, they get to walking around, and I will know how he ain't realized what's happened. The whole place is in ruins. Little TJ's rap career in the flesh. How can you not tell? Cause he pulls up to the prayer field just to see bodies on bodies, with Katara telling him that the Fire Nation exterminated all the air nomads to find the Avatar 100 years ago.
You're lying!
And after finding the pendant he made for Monk Gyatso, he goes into the Avatar state and starts tweaking. And this is not how I remember it going. For some reason, he goes into the spirit world and starts talking to this massive dragon. Who the is this nigga? But he snaps out of it after some wise words from Katara, and we cut to Zuko having dinner with Commander Zhao in front of bro's whole fleet, and he's just out here doing Zuko dirty, reminding bro of what his father called him when he was banished, while adding a few of his own, and no one in the crowd is laughing. My brother, these jokes were not hitting when 0 for 20 from the field got him stuck on stage like these. Oh brother, this guy stinks! But Zuko leaves going to train, and like I said before, at least the action is somewhat tough. We cut back to the squad, and they is just pronouncing everything wrong, calling bro the Avatar. My dog, what is this? I know it's not that deep, but it's the little things that matter. But as they're chilling, some kid pulls up on them being chased by Fire Nation policemen, and for no reason in the slightest, they decided to defend him. Got Katara over here trying to act like she gonna do something just to free Sokka instead. Trash! Kid could be a whole serial killer. He looking at you from behind like these. You're a victim. But they all then get arrested, being taken back to the Earth Village, where they learn that the Fire Nation has suppressed their bending to take control of them. And we now got Aang over here trying to give them a speech to bend Earth again.
Get the fuck out of here, little nigga.
But he reveals he's the Avatar, got the Fire Nation laughing in his face, and Katara is really just one of them girls in school that will try to get in the middle of a fight, talking about
Shut up, bitch!
get a load of this guy. But Aang pushes the guard back, creating a whirlwind around them, and Sokka, my brother, what are you doing? Just trying to get involved. You are not like that in the slightest. At least the animated version was tough, but you? Hit the road, dude. But one of the firebenders get hit in the back of the head with a rock, and bro just starts doing the most to shoot out a single fireball. No technique in the slightest. Director just told them flap your arms around, the editing team will do the rest. But one of the earthbenders blocked the attack, and now the rest of them start to get with the smoke, and we get the infamous scene.
Is this nigga serious?
They had to be trolling, I'm telling you, cause there's no way on earth they thought this was a good idea. I refuse to believe it. 5 earthbenders for 1 rock. Nigga, how did this attack even land? You suck. Bro sat there and watched it come just to not move out the way at all. I don't even know how they took over the village getting hit with attacks like these. But they eventually take out all the guards, sending them running in the wind. That boy Sokka thought he was tough. Brody put up 0 stats during the fight. Stop it. But they go around liberating the village and end up getting a waterbending scroll for Katara and Aang to practice. And they start talking about liberating the other villages, and I genuinely can't. The way that Sokka talks just reminds me of Brody from Aquaman.
Are you saying they executed her? Because she had me?
Get the fuck out of here!
But Aang tells him that he ran away before he could learn to be the Avatar, so they decide to head to the Northern Water Tribe so he can learn water bending while liberating villages along the way. While Commander Zhao is over here linking up with the Fire Lord, telling him about the person claiming to be the Avatar. And Brody isn't menacing in the slightest. I don't even think they tried to make him look like a menace. Picked up the most kind looking man off the street, told him to play the Fire Lord. Brody got no aura in the slightest. This movie getting worse and worse by the second. How is that even possible? But we got to Zuko tracking down the squad, and he ends up getting some random kid to explain the story of what happened to him by the hands of his father. And Uncle Iroh is really the only person in the entire movie with any kind of aura, talking about some none of these
niggas have motion except for me.
And you guys will see why I say this soon. The looks are really giving bro +10 attributes in every aspect. But as Aang is training, he decides to head over to the nearby Northern Air Temple just to get backdoored by some random old man he met there. Brody was looking like these behind him, it should have been obvious. And he really has the accountability of a random girl from Miami, talking about it's the Avatar's fault that he's lived in poverty. My dog, get a job. Doing anything but employment. Blaming someone else for you being broke for 100 years is crazy. But Aang ends up getting captured, and they really got bro living bad. Not even a bed or anything. Nigga, the Joker be living better in prison. Batman makes sure his boyfriend has everything he needs. Oh, you gay. But Aang travels to the spirit realm to talk to the dragon again, and it tells him what the Fire Nation is planning, saying that he has to go protect the Northern Water Tribe. But he wakes up to Commander Zhao speaking to him, just yapping about his success, and in comes the Blue Spirit. Bro got the stealth attributes on 100, turned into a real life horror movie for Brody over here. Got him talking about some
Dude, just do it!
But Zhao leaves, the Blue Spirit frees Aang, and bro gon' pull back up like 5 minutes later to see his guards cooked. Couldn't believe his eyes. This how the guys be looking on UDY, watching their girl going. Whole time you got Sergio in the back laughing like these. So he tells the guards to close the gate. They get outside and get straight to the boxing, with the Blue Spirit doing his own thing and Aang pulling up to the practice arena and starts violating them all one by one. Aang goes to fly off, but he peeps Brody in the back getting straight jumped. It's about a 20v1, finna put bro in the next Sidemen video. So he decides to spin the block, helping bro out, and they get straight to cooking. I'm talking tag team moves, straight frying. This was looking like one of them Catch a Predator videos. Hitting team combos is crazy. But Zhao then pulls up, the Blue Spirit takes Aang hostage, and they open their gates to let them out, just for one of them to have the most exceptional aim I've ever seen, shooting bro in the face the second he leaves, and the rest charging in, revealing that the Blue Spirit is Zuko. And Aang is a real one, creating a storm cloud and saving the both of them. I know a lot of guys would have hit one of these.
We do not care.
But he leaves bro in the woods, and Zhao goes running to Fire Lord Ozai, saying that it was Zuko that broke out the Avatar. Brody went crying straight to his papa. You are a loser. Simple. But he gets told not to touch Zuko just to try and set him up, creating a gas leak in his room, exploding part of the ship. That boy Zuko got the survival skills of damn Spider-Man. Certain people would have been like these, trying to listen to the gas.
He don't got a clue in the fucking world.
But we cut back to the squad as they make it to the Northern Water Tribe, and not even 2 seconds in, that boy Sokka got straight to Risen. I take back everything I said. This is my goal. This is what you call pull a real shark. DDG, J5 step aside, Sokka is here. Bro was moving like prime Ronaldo of eye contact alone. Incredible. But Aang shows them a couple moves to get them to glaze him and train him in water bending, and they start preparing for war with the Fire Nation. And we cut to the Fire Lord telling Zhao to take out the moon and ocean spirit to take away the power of the water benders. Out here trying to mess with the spirit world, you stupid. Next thing you know, you gonna have Maharaga pulling up, smoking everyone. That boy Froski Fishy Girl subbing him just to get his get back for no reason. But Uncle Iroh then pulls up on Zuko as he's faking his death to catch them by surprise, and bro's really out here just getting rage baiting. This is an exact carbon copy of this, and the whole scene just reminded me of Naruto telling Yamato that Sasuke's the perfect match for him because of their chakra natures. Both him and Uncle Iroh have had enough of this straight yap coming out their mouths. But as Aang and Katara are training, black soot starts to fall from the sky and the Fire Nation makes their appearance. Really pulled up 50 ships deep. Whole game plan is we jumping. But Zuko then sneaks off the ship in his infamous white suit, going through the water and melting the ice to get through. And we cut to Aang asking Yue if there's any spiritual place he can meditate to speak to the dragon again. And I won't know why they take so long just to say a sentence.
He can help me defeat the Fire Nation. Is there a spiritual place where I can meditate?
There is a very spiritual place. The city was built around this.
Hit a whole pause in between each line just to mog my dog. You are not me and Marlon. But Aang gets to meditating with Sokka and Yue leaving to help out with the Fire Nation, and Katara's over here yapping in bro's ear while he's trying to focus. Over here talking about Aang, can you hear me? Nigga, can you hear this knuckle sandwich? But Zuko then pulls up from behind, lighting the grass on fire just so he can bend. And I ain't gonna lie, unlike Brody from before, his bending's kinda fire though, no pun intended. But he takes out Katara, hitting her with a double attack. We cut to the Fire Nation, and I'm low-key happy they brought out the creatures that Azula and them were riding in season 2. Even though we don't see them again, this was kinda tough. But on the floor, it has now turned into an all-out war with the Fire Nation drilling through the ground and sending boulders of fire just so they can bend. But we cut to Zuko paying Aang down, and bro ain't even conscious. He's in the spirit realm talking to the dragon again, and it tells him to let go of the grief of his people and use the power of the ocean to defeat the Fire Nation. And bro, who is this dragon? My only idea is Roku, but other than that, who the F is this? But Aang then wakes up to Zuko looking out the window, giving a whole monologue to himself about his sister, and the one from his show really hits different. Incredible. But Aang gets up, hitting the dash, and they is really out here playing hide and seek. Even got bro hitting him with distractions to get away. This how you guys be trying to distract shorty from remembering the fact you're only 5'6". Hey, all my short kings, stand up. And bro is really hitting Zuko with Baki techniques. Even hit the turns as well. The spatial awareness is at an all-time low right now. You're telling me you can't see this, nigga? But Zuko turns around, weave, block, and tries to press the escape button to leave the wild encounter. That don't work.
Get over here!
Left to the elbow, but gets pushed back and hits the most neck-breaking weave I done ever seen. My dog, is that an S? I don't even know how you can physically get into that position. But he gets grabbed, gets out, kicked to the stomach, tries to hit the dash again, getting grabbed yet again. Maybe it's time to switch up the play, gang. And he proceeds to go 0 for 4 with Zuko blocking every hit and slamming him into the wall. Got Brody picking him up like they is taking wedding photos. Got Aang in straight confusion, and nigga put me down. But he misses high, gets the stomach shot flipping over him, gets tripped, and the next thing we see is them going band for band with bending. Just for the water to start shaking, engulfing Zuko, freezing him, and Katara pulling up, saving the day. Hey, and I ain't even gonna sit here and cap, this was low-key gas. Fight scene just made up for the whole movie, you almost forgot how ass it was. But they all dip with Aang telling Zuko we could have been friends, and goes out to join the fight, just for Zuko to break out the ice anyways. I don't know what they were thinking, leaving a firebender in a block of ice. But Uncle Iroh and Zhao then pull up on the moon and ocean spirit. Zhao takes out the moon spirit, the squad pull up, and Uncle Iroh's over here tweaking, saying the same way he touches the fish, he gon' touch him. Uncle, what do you mean by that? Out here sounding like Steve Harvey, what kind of statement is this? But Zhao kills the fish, Yue and Aang both start tweaking, and the moon turns red with the water benders losing their power. Got Iroh over here started tweaking. Brody's whole eyes turned red. He's seeing nothing but the smoke right now. As he proceeds to create his own fire and Aang, we see the fit. He don't even squabble, just over here flexing the fire, even put on his fist just to scare Zhao. Apparently creating fire out of nothing's a crazy feat in this world. Got the basic skills of a firebender.
Y'all are trash.
But he puts the fire out, the Northern Water Tribe starts to lose, and Iroh starts to say that Yue can give her life back to the Moon Spirit since it's the one that gave her life in the first place. Got her over here talking about some hell no! And I won't even blame her. But she decides to do it, giving Sokka a goodbye kiss and lays down into the water, turning into the fish, and the moon turns back to normal. And this was all the motivation the Water Tribe needed to get on straight timing. Hey Brody with an NFL tackle just to start molly-whopping him. Keep the cock back, my dog. He's already down, stop. But we cut to Zhao trying to leave and Zuko pulls up on him to get his get back. And yeah, peep the stance. This was a losing fight from the jump. But Uncle Iroh pulls up telling Zuko to leave with him. That boy tried to get a cheap shot. There's levels to this little nigga. Once you get locked up like me, you have a chance. And they leave with Zhao getting absolutely jumped by 4 waterbenders. I'm surprised they showed them literally killing him and walking away. Got all the waterbenders turning into King Von, including Aang was out there straight frying everyone. Even split the people in 2 just so he could get through for the smoke. Sensational. But he gets to the top of the wall and we don't even get the giant water monster. All he does is create a massive wall of water and hit the Fire Nation with the pump fake of doom, hanging it over their heads. I ain't even gonna lie, yet again this was clean. Would have rather the water spirit, but hey, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it at all. And for the first time in the entire movie, that boy Aang had some type of aura, flexing the fit in the rain. I know what kind of man you are. So the Fire Nation leave, getting scared of being drowned, and Aang puts the water back down. And this is now basically the end of the movie, with everyone glazing him, accepting him as their avatar, and him hitting this dumb ass pose for no apparent reason. The end. Oh yeah, we get a look at Azula trying to look menacing as well.
I do follow.
This is not a banger. This is not a banger.
But this is now the end of the movie, and all I can say is this was some hot ass. The only thing keeping this movie from being a 2 out of 10 is the action, cause they low-key cooked with it. The hands between Zuko and Aang was clean. The only thing they sold on in terms of action was the earthbenders. I don't even know what they were thinking with this. But yeah, everything else about the movie was some cheeks. My brother, they couldn't even get the names right. We had Sokka, Aang, and Uncle Iroh.
Chelsea, come on now.
It's not even that hard just to say the names. But anyways, I'm gonna have to give this movie a cool 4 out of 10. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the vid. All glory to God, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.